obedient worldwide, well-meaning Nigeria. Now, welcome to another day on Obidati Family TV. Hope Alive is the program. As we won't start today, court the seats, and Peter Obi is live in court, and all our able lawyers then they their gidigba. So today we don't come out again. Make we begin the give the transcript of waiting they happen for court, and also to tell on many things where happen even on Friday where we say they reported we go bring them. And again we won't bring special star witness where we say you don't talk say the election result where INEC declare they very fraudulent according to the Electoral Act 2022 and the Constitution is saying a breach of Nigeria Constitution. And the important thing where they be say the tribunal don't record and put them for one side. And I go show now waiting in talk and waiting in mean by all that. So we go direct to waiting to happen for court today. So that because witness also follow PO come court. And this week they try to round up. So I want us to, put our notifications on, like and share so that other people go know say, see how the thing they take the process for the tribunal today. And the people where they follow me to analyze waiting they happen for court today, Dr. Ethelbert they there for Zoom, and only best from Canada, that AWS ICT expert there because we get those IReV issues to discuss. And then with me in the studio, Angel there. Angel, I better make you greet our people, make we go court direct.
Good day, my obedient and well-meaning Nigerians. Happy New Week to all of us. Hope say una dey gidigba. Because our LP lawyers, they dey gidigba, moving to permanent site. Nothing they shake us because we know say we won this election. Now INEC Chairman, I know wetin he do. And whether you like him or not, I still dey ask the same question. Where INEC Chairman dey? Anywhere where in dey, he go come out. When the tribunal judges finally give us our mandate, we go prosecute them. He go jail. We go use them. Do example for others. Make una chillax with dey.
Thank you, Angel. We go now to prove them first, as we dey court first, as we dey court. Dr. Etel, I beg before you come in and you only, I beg I won't go direct to court because I know so many things they happen to court. My people, make una show me the transcript, make we know our lawyers where they there. But as soon as they prepare them to they put them for the front of this TV now, make everybody see. When I feel give us a rundown of how things take progress till now, so that people when they follow then go know what happen. Even that very PDP matter, because I they tell our people say we and PDP get the same interests. As far as say we no agree say this election results concern. So we agree say the election results no good. We agree say it's rigged. We feel disagree to whether na PDP win or na LP win. So we fit disagree for that one. But we agree with one hand say the election they rigged. And both of us with people where they call petitioners for court trying to prove that that there is rigging. So, and that is one of the things we go present today. So make we just give because then get serious witness where can testify, where court talk say really things. They even Rowdy session there for court. Make we just take small commentary from that. And after then, I beg make una bring direct to today's court. Make una make sure say the transcript there ready. Make we begin the dive into them.
Dino Melaye is the star witness of the PDP and Atiku Abubakar on Friday's hearing. He repeatedly refers to the final collated presidential election result and declaration by the INEC chairman as fraudulent result. He says that what was announced at the National Collation Center was at variance with what was counted at the polling unit levels. He is in the witness box for over an hour. Responding to a question by the INEC lead counsel Abubakar Mahmood of being a popular politician who entertains people, Dino answers that he is only a politician and not an entertainer. He tells the court that he was both in Kogi State and Abuja on election day. Asked how he knew about discrepancies in polling units results in different parts of the country when, according to him, he had left Kogi after voting to the National Collation Center in Abuja, he responds that he was there technologically, with the court erupting into laughter. Under further cross-examination, Dino says the agent of his party was sending live video reports and information to him real-time, and that was how he was able to know what was happening across the country. On whether transmission of results is part of the election collation process, Dino explains that the procedure for election collation includes transmission of results at the polling unit level before the results are moved to the ward collation level. Responding to a specific question on whether the INEC results viewing portal IReV is a collation center, he insists that it is a fundamental part of the election process, and that was why, as a federal lawmaker at the time, he was part of the innovations that introduced into Electoral Act 2022, making it the most significant difference from the 2010 version. When asked whether he is in possession of the correct results, since he claims that the one announced by INEC was fraudulent, he says he does not have it, but that the statistician who testified earlier for his party had done the breakdown, which was submitted in his report before the court. The cross-examination becomes quite heated and even exasperating for the different counsel for the respondent at some point, who demanded a yes or no answer to their questions, with Dino insisting on giving explanatory answers. On some occasions, the justices intervene, asking the PDP lead counsel, Chris Uche, to tell his witness to answer the questions as asked. Dino's cross-examination, however, ends in a hilarious note, as one of the justices asks whether the former Kogi senator is displaying what he was taught in his law class.
Our witness is a very experienced person, a legislator, and who played a key role in the legislation, which is the subject matter of this case. And you see how he gave evidence of the innovation by the new Electoral Act, which is this aspect of electronic transmission of results. And that is the bone of contention. And once, as he said, there is no compliance with that provision.
Earlier in the morning session, the court continued hearing of the petition by Peter Obi and his Labour Party, where the petitioners are alleging corrupt practices that tilted the outcome in favour of APC's Bola Tinubu. The professor of mathematics, presented by the Labour Party, Eric Ofuegbu, and his mathematical analysis and report comes under intense cross-examination. He admitted only 2 states were in-depthly analysed in his report. The 2 states are Benue and Rivers State, where the Labour Party and Peter Obi contend recorded massive overvoting that affected the overall results of the February 25, 2023 presidential election. Ofuegbu, who claimed not to have been paid for the research he did on the results from the 2 states, admitted to have relied on data from the INEC results viewing portal for his analysis. He was presented with a copy of the presidential election results sheet from polling unit 002 in Degema, Rivers State, showing that 40 persons were accredited and 40 persons voted in the polling unit, with the INEC lead counsel Abubakar Mahmood suggesting that the equal number of accredited voters and those who voted contradicts the claim of overvoting. The line of questioning by the respondent seemed to be targeted at creating doubt on the conclusions reached by the expert witness in his report as submitted before the court. There were consistent reference to the 2 states, that's Benue State and Rivers State, suggesting that the results from those 2 states alone were not enough to substantially affect the outcome of the entire election. Also on Friday, a video evidence from ART's Democracy Today program was displayed and admitted as evidence for the Labour Party and Peter Obi. This followed a subpoena issued by the court on the broadcaster to tender the material of the ongoing trial of the petition of the Labour Party. The video was tendered through the presenter of the program, Ijo Maosamo, who represented the organization. The content of the video showed the INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, in a briefing held on the 22nd of November 2022, repeatedly affirming that election results will be transmitted live. Yakubu was seen and heard saying, quote, "What I've said should put to rest the erroneous notion that Nigerians will not have the opportunity of viewing polling results uploaded to the site real time. How can the Commission on the field on election day undermine itself? So please, results will be uploaded on the INEC results viewing portal real time on election day," end quote. Proceedings at the Presidential Election Petition Court resumes on Monday, the 19th of June, 2023.
My people, now welcome back. And I don't hear how this very thing just take progress. How from PDP successes, the thing enter to Labour Party and P2B success inside the tribunal as it take end on Friday. So the whole of last week was action-packed. So it was, and this week also is going to be very glorious. We are going to thank God for last week, and we are going to thank him again for what he is going to do for the petitioners this week. So let's have the lawyers who are representing us today, please put the transcript on the screen so that we go and start with what is happening at the court today. So this is the transcript of the court proceeding of today. I think Justice Ada welcomes everyone especially and thank everyone for the cooperation so far and asks for a seamless session. Then the case number is called. Then we now have party representation. P2B represents himself. The Rock himself is in court, and the Labour Party. Saturday Monsano represents the APC. Then petitioners legal team lead, Dr. Levy. Some people call him Levi. Uzouku-san is the lead. Ibazu is in court. Pinikweto is there. Oh, our people, all of them, they get the one. Make we get to the next this thing. Okay, wow. Okutemba they there myself. All our son, all of them they there. So he been say this week now back to back. Any na fire for fire. So the respondents people to start with Mahmoud San as on I see him for screen, and then get Abdullahi Aliyu San. And then Hassan Omar San. Then we have the second and third respondent, which is Tinubu and Shetima's lawyer by Wole Olanipekun San. So now so make gonna go to the next. Then we have Chief Akin Olujimi San, Oladipo Obese, then Dr. Remi San. That is for the Tinubu and Shetima. Then we have for the fourth respondent, Charles Owesuyi-san. I've been to look for the name of that man, Owonikoko. I never see him. Where is he? I never see him. Where is he? That man will come live for court, whether he did today, because I won't report him to the justice where they there. Okay, my people, let's go to the next page. So Dr. Levi Ozouku said, "My Lord, we are ready to continue with our case, starting with our next witness." So the Pin Equator will continue proceeding. That is San. The witness is called up and named. First witness for the day. That is 7 so far for the Labour Party and P2B. Then the first respondent lawyer, which is Abi Mahmoud, get up and say, "Shortly before my Lord came in, I was given the witness statement, which is about 7 pages and about 5 volumes. I made it clear to Mr. Pin that I will need to look at the document. I may not be in the position to cross-examine the witness, but if he intends to put in her document and just leader-in-chief, I will not be objecting. I need time to review them." Okay, next page. Waiting this man they talk, then just won't waste our time. Normal thing. Don't begin to object so that you go begin the talk say tomorrow. then go make them do their cross-examination, something that they could do in real time as at now. Anyway, why would they wait for their deliberation on the next line of action? Because the judges where they there, then go take their own decision. Whether waiting happened last week, where kill their time, go happen again this week. Let's hope, say, will go like that. Why would they wait for them to come on that their deliberation? Make we go direct to waiting happen. We be say Dr. Ethelbert go join him mouth to waiting happen for this election. Why are we at the tribunal right now? Why are we actually protesting that there is rigging? We need to go to the point or to the direction of our principal, Mr. P2B, His Excellency. He said that he won this election and he's going to prove it. That is number one. Then the second thing is that the process is what his challenge is, not really the declaration of Tinubu. That is the last thing. But how Tinubu was declared, the process that led to that very declaration is what he's really protesting about, and that's why we are in court, really. So let us bring first that his petition, and then for you to see his prayers, then we look at that process he's talking about. The judges in court to come. So let's look at the front of that his petition so that we know that it is from that his petition we are bringing this out from. So if we look at it, this is the petition. So we are not going outside of what the petition has brought. So of course our producer can scroll up, and then we now get to where the prayers are. These are alternative prayers. Now, why I am leading us to these alternative prayers? Now, because these are alternative aside from the first one, and this one, some people, they miss them. This number 5 of the alternative prayer is that the presidential election conducted on 25th of February 2023 is void on the ground that the election was not conducted substantially in accordance with the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022 and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. Now, the second one of it said an order cancelling this very presidential election conducted on 25th February 2023 and mandating the first respondent, which is INEC, to conduct a fresh election for the office of the President, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, let's look at this very first one that deals directly on the conduct that is said that conduct is not according to the provisions of the Electoral Act. Let's even see the process that INEC Chairman put as guideline. But before we go to the guideline, let's look at his video where he was talking about the IReV and what IReV can do for Nigerians on that day. What I want you to pay attention specifically to, he said the IReV is so good and so strong that it can contain or take in over 200 million viewers at a time. Now, what that means is that even every Nigerian child and even small people when they just born today, if all of them go, they put their face for IReV. Now, be say IReV go still work. Now, so it take make we listen to them. Dr. Etel, I beg, they come to you now.
So I will suggest to Obiora from the Champion newspaper to read specifically Section 34 of the Electoral Act. So I go to the first question or a set of issues raised by the reporter from Channels Television. He talked about uploading of results that are concerned about the process. Has the process been compromised? I would have loved to hear something more specific. This is not the first time that the Commission is uploading results on the IReV portal straight from the polling units. We started this in August 2020. in the Nasarawa Central State Constituency by-election. And since August 2020, we have uploaded results on the IReV portal from 105 constituencies, including major off-cycle governorship elections. And the results are still there on the IReV portal. And I've been asking some of the political party leaders that we have been meeting with regularly to tell me if they notice any discrepancy between the hard copies of the results brought by their polling agents from the polling units and the results we have uploaded on the IReV portal. There are no discrepancies. So please be assured and reassured that the system is robust. We are not deploying it for the first time in the history of election to the country, even though it is the first time that we are deploying it for major, in a general election. But we have done so in 105 constituencies, and the results are still there to be viewed. It is the largest archives of election results in Nigeria. So we are comfortable with the robustness of the system. But like all web assets, we'll continue to improve and fortify the assets. We'll continue to improve and fortify. We know that there will be tremendous interest in the general election, tremendous interest. And therefore, we have taken steps to ensure that the system accommodates as many voters as may wish, as many interested individuals as may wish to access the portal. It has the capacity to dynamically expand to accommodate at least 200 million views at a time, because we know that there will be interest in Nigeria and outside the country. And we have worked on that actually to see. We expect that because of the interest, a large number of people will be interested in the portal. But we also reckon that perhaps 200 million will be adequate for the views or hits on the portal on election day. So be rest assured that the system is as robust as it can be. Secondly,
so when I don't hear from the fraud master, Mahmoud Yakubu, when I don't hear say over 200 million viewers at a time for IReV portal. If anyway, we get ICT experts, Onyeka from Canada, we go talk on that one. Meanwhile, I want make una understand say we dey expect transcript from court. Now when transcript of wetin dey happen for court come, we go display am, then we go begin dey talk wetin dey happen for court. But we no go sit down dey look until this thing. So we get other things wey be say we go dey talk. When that transcript enter, then we go come begin dey digest, see as e take be, because then they still dey argue whether dem go cross-examine that very witness wey dey there now, or whether dem no go do am. Like last week, e take them from Thursday up till whether Friday before, Thursday, Friday before they agreed. So we no go stay the wait. Why would they wait for the transcript to come out? Make we dey bring out wetin dey happen for court. We look at the major reasons why we are even in that court. That's why we're listening to this fraudulent Yakubu. Now that he has explained how IReV works, now we know their failure to transmit or transfer that's this thing to the IReV that he keeps talking about, because the whole thing that he used in confusing Nigerians is IReV. Everybody believe they are going to watch it in real time. We know that even Dino Melaye and others protested on that day. But there is something I want to remember for us. That even the agents, the officials of INEC that was sent to conduct, that is the polling unit officers, they confessed that they were told specifically by INEC.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
I think Onyeka need to come in so that we don't lose track. There were some statements the INEC chairman made. Just listen, please. There were some statements the INEC chairman made in this last clip that borders on a professional that is in the field to tell our viewers what it means. When he says that the IReV has the capacity to dynamically expand, I want someone like Onyeka to tell us what that statement means. Then, so that we can tie up all those information that has to do with information technology and technicalities. We move into other corroborating statements that you're going in now, so that we can systematically, so that by the time the transcript come, we are not going to be going back here, because if the transcript dumps on us now, we get carried away. And this thing that INEC chairman said here is very, very important. Yes,
I think you are correct, because when we go to the next part, maybe events will overtake this. Okay, Onyeka, please tell us. I had said you are going to comment on that particular comment from the INEC chairman on how dynamic that website is, not minding that they said glitches, and it has capacity to take over 200 million viewers at a time. Can you take as an ICT?
When you pay for AWS to give you to host your activities, right? AWS.
Yeah, can you speak up, please? Just speak up. Put your mic close to you, please.
Okay, can you hear me now? So when you pay for
AWS, go ahead.
When you pay for AWS to host a particular data, right? Then the amount of the space that you bought will be enough to occupy, even if it's 200 million, provided you have paid AWS, so it will be enough to occupy, even if 100 million Nigerians join into it, provided you have paid for it, and the AWS have offered you that space in the cloud, so you are good to go.
Okay, now if I may chip in something there, what it means is, let's put it this way. It's like our stomach.
Yes.
All right? It's like our stomach. When you're eating, you can drink a cup of water and you're fine. But if you decide to drink 3 cups of water, your stomach expands to accommodate the 3 cups of water. So INEC told us before, and I keep saying it, that this man got compromised, either at the very tail end of the day before the election, or he initially didn't even know when he was confessing, because Nigerians are not fool. I am not into software development and co like Onyeka, but at least, as I said, I am an engineer by profession. And I do know that the capacity is, some of us buy memory space in the cloud. If you're using iPhone and you're buying cloud space of maybe 64 gig, they will tell you that this space is small, double it. The only way to do, you now buy 128. If 128 is not enough for you, they ask you to buy 256, from 256 to 512. It goes in that packets of memory space. And so when INEC chairman told Nigeria that they have the capacity to, and he used the word heat, meaning if 200 million people were to knock on the door of IReV have the capacity to accommodate it without shaking. Onyeka, am I making a point here?
Making a point.
Hello, Onyeka.
Yes.
All right. I just wanted to be sure that you're there to confirm that what I'm saying, because you may be talking. Yes. So whatsoever happens is a deliberate thing, and what Ogachidi was about to say that made me interrupted him will confirm that indeed whatever happened is deliberate. What they told polling unit workers and going forward will corroborate the fact that whatever happens to IReV was premeditated by INEC, was planned by INEC, was executed by INEC. Line of thought you were making before I interrupted you.
Yes. It is very deliberate. So Onyeka, I will still get back to you on that. Let's have that very. Do we have a transcript from court? Our producer. While we are waiting for you to put up the transcript on the screen, please show us that very video where the polling unit officers said clearly, how they talk am for grammar, unequivocally, I be how they talk am for grammar. Say, na INEC tell them say, make them no upload that thing, say they no give them the password. Make we hear that thing from the polling unit. At the polling unit officer, at the place of polling unit, that center where then they vote, I beg, make una put am, make we hear from them. Make you no be saying I me talk, because Dr. Etel don't talk say as I take talk, but I want make that polling unit officer take him mouth, chop the onions by himself.
I'm not giving you the message is that after the election, we are going to transmit the election, collect the election at the collation center. And so we are not transmitting it here at the polling unit today.
Who told you?
What does it not say?
Who told you this?
Who sent you?
Right.
Who said that?
Who told you this, please?
Please,
let us take it easy with him. They've given him instructions.
We are required to enter a certain password. When we requested for that password, also when the result will not be uploaded.
Okay, they didn't give you the password.
They give us the password. Oh. We can't do anything.
This is Ayetoro Primary School, Agoda. And this is what our presiding officers are telling us this morning. That they were given the instruction not to upload results from the polling unit. The code was not given to them.
And your political agents, they are aware of it. We are not uploading. We are not uploading. If you want us to vote, we will vote it now. But if you don't want us to vote them, we are not uploading. We are not uploading. We are not uploading.
When I hear him, so as Dr. Etel talk say, as Mr. Kano talk, not me talk him. When I hear him direct from the polling unit officers, this is premeditated. Oh yeah, Dr. Etel back to you. You talk say as me, I take talk, not me. You don't hear them from them direct. Say na INEC tell them. So make you talk your own.
That where you were going is what is good. And I just want to say that those polling unit officers that said that they told them that they should come and do the upload at the collation center, they have broken, whosoever told them to do that has broken the law. According to Electoral Act 2022, they have broken the section 47 subsection 2. They have broken section 60 subsection 4 of the Electoral Act. They have broken 2 conditions, because the condition says, I think there was a place where the former Senate president was even saying it. The result was supposed to be snapped at the polling units and upload for the voters at the polling unit level to the IReV. Because the moment they move from the polling unit to the collation center, the voters will not follow them, and anything could happen. And that is the same thing we have been suffering since 1963. Because the voters does not have any way to protect it, between the polling unit and the collation center, they start doing addition and subtraction. And it is all those addition and subtraction they have done on this result that they cannot justify, that warranted them to begin to use TPEX to rub on the EC8A form and to even blow it before they uploaded. Because if it was right that they uploaded, okay, people could get a hit and nothing will happen. And that was true, because 200 million people probably were checking to see that there was no result on the presidency, but they saw the result on the Senate and they saw the result on the House of Representatives. Why was it only the presidency? Because passwords were not given to them, as these polling unit officers were saying. It is unfortunate that INEC chairman has put Nigeria in the current situation that we are. He couldn't even come to the court. Anyway, let's continue because we need to get. Let's go ahead. Thank you. Can you hear me, please?
Can you hear me? Okay, I want to bring in something. There's something really I want you to listen to that is very important. So I had to come in at this very point. I want you to hear what the former Senate President, Amelawan, had to say about. And I need you to, because that is the area I want you to actually look into. And also our ICT expert on what they mean by their transmission and their transfer. I want you to know that these are the people that brought the bill. And also they are the ones that are now looking at it from where it's coming from. Please, let's have a listen to this very, just a few seconds before we look back to the court.
In the Electoral Act that we passed, there is nothing like electronic transmission, because transmission is when you vote and it goes to the server. What we have passed, and I can recollect this vividly, because I read that act when it was a bill several times, is to transfer. After all the paperwork that we normally do are done, the agents and everybody there, security, everybody will have the papers. INEC will snap or scan or snap the result sheet and transfer, transmit or transfer or whatever it is. That whether it is transmit or transfer is that thing that is captured with beavers, the results. And for me, my understanding is, if any result captured and sent differs from something gotten somewhere, that one is illegal. And only the courts, it's not us here that can do. So we urge INEC to follow the Electoral Act. And for me, my understanding is, if any result that was captured and sent differs from something gotten somewhere, that one is illegal. And only the courts, it's not us here that can do. So we urge INEC to follow the Electoral Act and other laws or their guidelines. That's all.
So, Dr. Etel, you heard from the people who prepared this bill. When we are talking about an act, Electoral Act, it's not like it came down from heaven. Electoral Act are people that are here. Lawmakers prepared it. And these lawmakers are telling you, from what I have heard, if waiting I hear from this man, they correct, because grammar there, we know they hear grammar well. If waiting I hear from this man, they correct, he say, any other result uploaded from any other place other than the polling units is illegal. Dr. Etel, I'll be very quick, make we bring the transcript don't come so that we'll project this transcript now.
That to start with, an act is a law that derives its power from the Constitution. Electoral Act 2022 is a law signed by the president. It was made by the National Assembly, and the head of the National Assembly was speaking, the man who forwarded it to the presidency. And Section 47, subsection 2 of that act, and also Section 60, subsection 4 says that after election, the result must be snapped from the polling unit and uploaded to the IReV. Assuming there is a problem, a glitch, the law also determined that that election should be cancelled, so that the law man called Mahmoud knew that he could have cancelled the presidential election if there was a glitch that will make these two sections of the law not to be fulfilled. He could have cancelled the election. Former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo wrote him when people were telling him that the result he was declaring is not in accordance with the law, that he should review it, and the law permits him to review it within 7 days. He defied all of them. And he went on to do what? To declare the result, because it was premeditated. He wanted it to be so, as I have always said, because he knew that the moment he declared someone president and give that person certificate of return, it will land all of us to this rigmarole and circus that we found ourselves now spending money while someone is seated in Aso Rock. Mahmoud knew what he did. And in a sane society, Mahmoud should be sitting down now in the DSS answering questions for why he bungled the election and put the whole country in the system where we are today. But this is the country where we found ourselves. And can I say something again?
Yeah, Dr. Etel, we will come back. You will come back. Let's get to this thing. Then we'll come back to this Electoral Act. We have all these sections you are talking about that we are going to display, and you explain it. So let's get the transcript that has come to court. Then while we are waiting for more to come, then you could do explanation. Thank you. Okay, so our people, back to the transcript of the court. So they have, the Wolesan state that they are in the same predicament and asked the court to conduct cross-examination tomorrow. Now that's when I talked before, they fit end up saying make them do them tomorrow. Charles San also noted that it will be unfair to cross-examine the witness today. So the Equator San notes that the witness statement was served on them before the court started and that they are willing to come back with the witness tomorrow. So he knows that if the court, however, permits that the examination in chief be done today, he will oblige. Let's have the next slide. So the court rules that considering the time-bound nature of this case, that the examination in chief be done today, thank God, while the cross-examination takes place tomorrow. Okay, so it means at least they are going to start with the witness today, and then tomorrow they can do the cross-examination. That is okay, as the court pleases. So everybody thank the Lord, the witness takes the oath of truth. So meaning that the witness don't mount the pulpit. Then question, tell the court your full name. Then the witness now say whether it's MCO, whatever that one is. Where do you live? And the witness will now have. This is the normal process of bringing the person in. Then he says he lives in Nigeria. Do you have any other residence? He said, yes, USA. Okay. Now, our diaspora people. What do you do for a living? I'm a cloud engineer and architect. Okay. Onyeka, your match don't come. Then, do you work with any organization? Yes, Amazon Web Services Incorporated, also called AWS. Wow. So today, we have Amazon Web Services on the dock. This is wonderful. Is this not wonderful? And Onyeka, you are here. Your colleague from Amazon is in court today. This is a good news. So the question on you come to the court on a subpoena. Do you have it? He said yes. So Equator San now applies to tender the subpoena in evidence. No objection by all the respondents to the subpoena being tendered. And the court ruled that the subpoena dus tecum is hereby admitted into evidence and marked as Exhibit PCJ accordingly. Now, so the court take talk everybody can say as the court pleases. So the question now can start. You came to this court and deposed to a witness statements when you got the subpoena today, 19th of June. So when I done, he said yes, sir. So when I see say it don't start, AWS man don't come before with the talk say somebody from Amazon Web Services go come. So we don't see one now. Can you recognize the witness statement? Answer is yes. How can you identify it? I can identify my signature. She is now shown the document which she affirms. So na lady she be. And the question is, will you like to adopt the witness statements? Answer is yes. So make we get the next slide. Be like say objection don't begin the rise. So Tinubu and Shetima's lawyer talk say we object to the witness statement and we reserve our earlier argument to that effect. INEC talk say we also object to the documents relying on previous arguments. The fourth person with APC say we also object and we provide fuller reason at time of final address. All of them now object, and oppose and oppose. Then for even give this very AWPS person access, make you go check their back and make we see other wuru where they do. But anyway, Labour Party lawyers say we pray the court to respond in the same vein as their previous arguments. So the court said, my laws reserve their ruling on the objections till the time of final judgment. So now so then take talk am. So it's more the court don't begin to assess that very person from Amazon Web Services. As we bring in the transcript, we go to display them and we go to talk them because now in this court they sit. Court they sit afternoon. So as they come, we go produce them, then our people go display them. So what you go do now is we don't see saying a star witness there and more things they come out from court. Make you use this opportunity, like this very video. Share this video widely so that obedience worldwide go get something will go cool their temper. Make them cool their temper because the question where they are around since now whether AWS person, even some people talk say make them send money, make this our brother Onyeka where they for our show now, make it come from Canada, make him come testify. But we get person where we say na in own people where we say they work with Amazon Web Services we will come talk. Make we go here waiting this person go talk because for in statements Ingo really talk about how their services they work and how glitch no go happen on that day. So, as Dr. Etel, as you won't conclude, why would they wait for this Amazon Web Services witness as the transcript they come, we go they show. Make you tell us waiting you been one explain because I want make I start with the INEC Manual where you they explain. That explanation no be only say na law e be, na guideline where we say INEC don't already adopt because the electoral law as you they take explain them talk say na INEC go bring their own guideline so that guideline will go. Now that guideline I want to make you look at.
No need. Okay, fine. It's good to move on to the guideline. But let me put this. You know, there is this statement that says that by the testimony of 2 or 3, a case is established. Now, the first case is the Electoral Act itself that is available. I'm reading it. It's before me. Everybody can access it online. Nigerian Electoral Act 2022. It is written in plain English without ambiguity. The second witness is the man who is the head of the arm of the government that made the law. Lawal himself that we have played the video. And the third person is the person, the head of the man, the head of the organization that will implement the act. INEC is the head of the organization that will implement the act. All of them are concurrently in agreement that by their statements and by the prints on the act that the result must be uploaded from the polling unit real time to be viewed by people. INEC Chairman said it not less than 4 different places. He said it in Chatham House. He said it to the political parties. He said it to BBC. They wrote it as a press statement. That is 4 opportunities they had to disprove themselves. And then Mr. Lawal has said it here, and the Electoral Act said it explicitly. So my question is, this question goes to the judiciary. How will they wriggle to find any other excuse other than this act in their judgment? Nigerians, these are the questions I keep asking the judiciary. Because indeed, one of the prayers P2B made is that this particular act is not followed because it is costing Labour Party a lot, such that we see the result from the polling unit and agents have the result, but what was uploaded on the IReV was not what we saw on the polling unit. And the reason is because they did not upload from the polling unit. They took it to a collation center where they doctored the result. Will the judges allow Labour Party to suffer injury as a result of INEC breaking their own law, or will they give Labour Party a judgment to their prayers? This is what Nigerians need to be asking the judiciary in any way possible, because it is obvious that INEC compromised the system to benefit a particular political party. And they did that by breaking the law that was signed by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a law that derives its power from the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's what I wanted to say.
For this thing to come on the transcript from the star witness from Amazon Web Services for Labour Party and P2B. Let's look at the manual, the INEC manual that is used for this very election, specifically as it comes out, the guideline that is given for this very election, so that we understand why it is deliberate what was done. The fraud that was done by INEC was very deliberate. Let's look at the manual of INEC for this election. I just put it up there on the screen, please, for our people to look at while we're expecting this, so that Dr. Ethelbert will react to it, and also we have explanation. Please, production, the manual, please. Okay, this manual is telling you that these are the duties of the officers, the duties at the election day. And these are the section, the Electoral Act, the section that Dr. Ethelbert is talking about. You know, it starts from 1, the Beavers accreditation by presiding officers. I hope, Dr. Etel, you are with us, because we get to the point where you have to, yes, okay. Okay, good. We have the second one, which has to do with the issuance of ballot papers by the PO. Then we have the third one, which has to talk about voting by voters. We have the fourth one that talks about result counting and recording into Form EC8A by the polling unit officers. We have the fifth one that talks about result declaration at polling unit by polling officers. And we have the sixth, the signing of recorded result by party agent. Now, while we go to the second slide, I want us to note that this very presentation is coming out from the INEC guideline manual. This is what INEC said must happen, because the Electoral Act said it is the commission that will determine how what they are going to use, as the case might be. This is what they said they are going to use. So the seventh one is that uploading of results, which is EC8A to IReV by PO. I repeat, this is what INEC said that they are the guideline that they are going to use. So it means that what that law has said that they should implement their procedure, their guideline, this is what they said they are going to do. Uploading of results, EC8A forms to IReV by PO. Now, number 8 say returning of results, EC8A and Beavers to collation center, that is 1 level by PO in company of police. Then the 9th one is verification and cross-checking of dispute and vetting with the IReV portal. So in each place, you can see that at the end, there must be a vetting with the IReV portal. Meaning that IReV portal we are talking about is something that is a must. It's not a joking place. It's a place that the citizens, like the chairman said, that you must cross-check and see that these things are in the same. And that is why Dino Melaye at the collation center was asking the chairman of INEC, where is he getting the results that he is giving? Because they can't see what was coming on. I don't know if our production team have that, but as you can see the transfer of results in the screen, I don't know if our production have actually what happened at the collation center where they were actually talking about the same this thing. Can somebody please tell me if we have such a video? Okay, go ahead while they look for this video.
2,211 people online now. What was presented to us, the steps, the guideline, derive its power from the Electoral Act, and the Electoral Act derives its power from the Constitution. And the Supreme Court had already ruled that the guideline is as good as a law, which means it must be followed. And based on what was presented, the fourth step is the step that told us something that has to do with what? The recording of the result. And the next thing will now be number 7, which is uploading the results to the IReV before number 8. Number 8 means after uploading the result to the IReV, before then you do what? Collation center. That is the word collation center. At that word collation center, there may be a disagreement there. The law still specifies that in case there is a disagreement, they will have to resort to that particular result that had been initially uploaded at the IReV. Because between the polling unit and the collation center, some people could just give police something or something of that nature, and they use their hand to rewrite the result that is on EC8A. So the question is, how can this be accepted? So you now see the reason why P2B, one of the prayer is, if the court deem it necessary, let me explain the prayer of P2B. It's not as if he's saying, let this election be cancelled. But if the court deem it necessary that there is gross violation of the Electoral Act, they should cancel it and we start afresh. But if the court says, okay, no, let's see how we manage, it means that they would disregard, use those ones the agents have to show that there was a manipulation of the results. And when they use that one, they will now find out that P2B indeed won this election. That he won this election on 25th of February. So I don't know how the court is going to wriggle out of this. I don't know if they will ever redeem their integrity if they do not do justice to Nigerians in the face of gross violation of our constitution, violation of the electoral law by INEC, and violation of their own guideline. Even with all the evidence and the testimonies of people, including INEC Chairman, that he spoke on video and they wrote on letters and signed by themselves. So I still go back to the judiciary. What are you going to do? Thank you.
Dr. Etel, I think you made that very point. We are still going to this very Electoral Act and how fraudulent INEC acted. But first, let's get back to court. As Amazon Web Services court, let's have the transcript. And we have the transcript of the court proceeding now. Question to the witness. In paragraph 1-2, you said you will attach a copy of resume and the employment verification letter. She shown the documents and she said, yes, it is. Then Tinubu and Shetima's lawyer said, we object to both documents and reasons to be canvassed later. INEC on their own parts also opposed. They said, we do not object to the resume, but object to the employment verification letter. Then APC on their parts, they objected and said, we object to both documents and fuller reasons to be advanced at final level. Let's have the next slide. I want to also tell people who just entered now that we have the Amazon Web Services witness for Labour Party and P2B in court today, and the actions just started. So the Labour Party lawyer said they will reply in final address when they see reasons for the objections. Court, the resume and employment verification letter are hereby admitted into evidence and marked as Exhibit PCJ 1 to 2 accordingly, as the court pleases, they all chorused. Then the question comes again in paragraph 13. You refer to reports showing the health status of the AWS, that is Amazon Web Services Cloud Services, in the 33 regions where they are host their cloud services, and you have certificate of compliance to this effect. It's now a question where we say then ask the Amazon Web Services person whether then they or where then they come and all that. So she's shown the documents, 6 documents, reports on North America, South America, Africa, Europe, and Asia. Next slide, please. So all the respondents objected because, first of all, the answer to this is yes. After when they not show them the thing, the income tax say yes, they are. Then all the respondents will be, we know who them be, INEC, Bola Tinubu's, Shetima's, and APC lawyer, and then be respondent. All of them object. Then Labour Party lawyer now say their response shall be contained in their final addresses and notes that the documents were indeed pleaded in their petition. The court conduct say the 6 documents on the health status of AWS cloud services and the certificate of compliance into evidence and marked as exhibit PCJ3AF and PCJ4 accordingly, as the court pleases. Next slide. You see, say as Onyeka dey here now, if to say we get then do cross-examination today and we can't get the full listing of this witness, as Onyeka don't work with AWS before, he go collaborate this very witness very, very well. Make INEC shows no say then don't enter. As Onyeka take talk the other day, say then they mess with the wrong generation. So for here, now going back to the transcript of court, the court contact said the witness PW7 is now stood down and allowed leave, but to come back tomorrow for cross-examination. So Ikweto-san now hands over to Levi Uzoku-san. So it means say that AWS person, then don't stood them down, means say tomorrow he go come back. So action packed tomorrow, 9 go happen. As we say, then go do cross-examination. And I don't say these people run, they won't go read, waiting there for that way they serve them today, make them know how they go take answer, where they go know how they go ask their connect question against tomorrow. So Levi Sam now defers again to Okutepa, that is the senior advocate of Nigeria, who is to conduct the next segment of proceedings. This segment is to bring to the court notice the excruciating experience they have suffered from INEC. It be like say it don't they happen. It be like say they don't begin they bring out waiting happen with INEC Chairman. See they run from subpoena, from court order making come testify. It be like say na because this grammar where they speak now, I go find them for dictionary, then call them excruciating experience they have suffered from INEC. He further noted that to show bad faith, INEC only brought some document to them just before they came to court. You know, they see them, when we they talk of waiting happen, this election now premeditated. Now, that's Dr. Etel, that's this thing when they talk before we go bring the more transcript where they come out of waiting then they talk for court now, because as he come out now go present them. People were there for this place, our people where they watch worldwide. I beg, make una like and share, make other people get notification, make them know say we get witness for court. Because sometimes then the question where they go ask, say will they push evidence all this while where our witness there. Our witness don't come. Make we like this video and share it. Now what you fit do for P2B where they for court now come hold in hand like this. Now what you fit do for them for now. So make we look at waiting happen. That video when I asked, it be like say they don't get them. Make them put them then, make our two people waiting for Zoom, make them for react. Why would they wait for the transcript to come on again? So producer beg, put that very video.
Now, we are still using pen and paper to transmit results. But the Electoral Act said the transmission must be done from the polling unit direct to the INEC server. You are not supposed to be guessing who is the president by now. We all should have seen in the INEC platform the result as it should be. So as of today, as we speak now, those results have not been uploaded on the server. And what we ask for is, in the morning, Senator Dino Melaye of PDP said, and we all agree with him, put a screen that will be showing uploaded results on the uploaded result in one screen, and then the manual one on the other screen, so that we can compare. That's the only thing we ask the INEC chairman to do. And if you continue with this process, we don't have confidence in this election. So what we're asking for is cancellation of the election.
So, Dr. Etel, you see how waiting at the top, people will be saying they there on that very election day. The way we be say they take talk then they expect make the results for this side go there for one side, screen for IReV go there for the other side, so that them myself go they compute waiting they come out. So now you hear waiting them talk, waiting be your reaction, make you finish.
Our judges cannot say, you know, like we said earlier on, they are Nigerians. They saw all these things. They know all these things. But whatever is not brought into that hallowed chamber that is called the court cannot be regarded as evidence. Now, all these things have been imported into the hallowed chamber of the court. The judges don't have any option again. They have more than enough evidence. They have been, these people have been articulate enough to bring from outside what you may call, they have validated those things that are on the street and brought it into court as evidence. They have seen it. And I keep saying what I'm saying. In fact, before this program started, I was saying to myself, I felt like I was talking to the judges, maybe like in a conference or in a seminar. And I said to them, why wouldn't you write your name in gold and be the agent that will break Nigeria out of this over 60 years rat race of suffering the same thing, ballot stuffing, over addition of votes and subtraction of opponents' votes. That's what we've been suffering. That's what IReV is supposed to solve. That's what BVAS is supposed to solve. That is what we know. And INEC knew that they had the capacity to do it. They collected the money from the government. We were ready. The nation was ready. But something happened somewhere. The same evil spirit that used to possess the system. I don't know how Mahmoud allowed himself to be corrupted and to be possessed by the same evil spirit. And now he's trying to plunge us back into the same cycle. And as I said, Mahmoud has proven to us that INEC or the Electoral Commission in Nigeria is the second vote that determines who will be the president out of 3 votes. Because it's like the people's vote is 1 vote, the Electoral Commission is the second vote, and the judiciary is the 3rd vote. Now, I ask judiciary one more question. Will you vote with the people and break Nigeria out of this rat race and put us among the Committee of Nations as law-abiding country? Or will you vote with INEC and keep us in the same rat race where we have been in the past 60 to 63 years?
Okay, Dr. Etel, I want you to look at the screen now. This is the procedure INEC adopted, that after an election and the completion of results management procedure at the polling unit, the presiding officer should take the following action. This is not prepared by Obidate Family TV. This is not prepared by Hope Alive program. This is what came out from the website of INEC. I want our viewers to understand that this is the laws that the commission will adopt a guideline. And this is what they position at their guideline. So that when we say P2OB is talking about the process, you should know that the process was not followed and this a wrong process that was followed. Now, in this place they say, transmit a clear image. They didn't say blood. They did not say blurry. They said, transmit a clear image of ECHA for purposes of collation. This goes to the IReV. I am not the one that is saying this. It is not coming from Dr. Ethelbert. This is coming from the INEC guideline manual that is on their website. You could go there and see it. Transmit a clear image of EC8A for purposes of collation. Now me talk purposes of collation. This goes to the IReV. The second one, delivery by hand. The hard copy of EC8A and the beavers to the registration area collation officer. This is, you see what the first one said. There is a manual way and there is an electronic way. Let's have the next slide, please. Now, this second mode entails a two-step electronic procedure from polling units involving recordings of accreditation data and direct transmission of results. In the event of dispute over the manual, that is the physical polling unit result at collation level, the electronically transmitted result shall be used to resolve it. Now, what I want our people to understand at this point is that what I keep saying, that this is coming from INEC website. This is what they said. This is their guideline for the election. And they are saying direct transmission. You've heard the people who made this law. That is the president of the Senate, who said whether it is transmission or transfer, that they are more or less the same thing. And that any other EC8A forms or scanned copy coming out from any other place that is not the polling unit, that is illegal. What are we now talking? These are the people that actually signed this very bill. They are the one that worked on it. From his own words, he said he read this over and over and over again, and he understands it, that the law is very, very clear, that if it is not coming out from the polling units, that any other one coming out from any other place is illegal. And what did we see on IReV? We see multiple EC8 forms that are on IReV. They are still there for us to go and see. What is there coming in one table? One table. Even the result that is coming from Rivers and Lagos, they will be on one table. You can see them, it is snapped. And the date is not 24th. And when we say something to come directly from polling unit, it means the expectation. Waiting then they expect, we say, now that same day we didn't do them, now you go come. There is no result of presidential. Show me one result you have of presidential election that happened on the 25th of February. That IReV gives the date as 25th of February. Give me one. Who shows you one? It is not direct from the polling units. Dr. Etel.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so we have dealt with most of these things, and we're expecting a transcript from court. But the major person I had wanted us to hear for is the AWS. Now, if Onyeka is still there, the Canada ICT expert, we can see, or you've seen, that your colleague is actually in court today. That is from Amazon Web Services. Can you give us an insight, what expectation, what we are expecting him to testify, or what will be the content of that his testimony? Because mostly they say na 3-page, and no be the 3-page then go talk about even tomorrow. Then go just ask them those questions where go make an annoy to discredit the person. But from you, we to expect from your colleague from Amazon Web Services?
Yeah, I'm struggling with the problem. Okay, let me say I heard a little bit. Let me go ahead. Now, the first thing you have to know about this INEC is the server which they use, right, for the presidential election, the House of Assembly, they are all using the same server. There's no difference. Okay, how can he prove it to us that if the same election is going on at the same time, and these 3 elections is going on at the same time, and they're using one server and one is not working? So who is he telling that one is not working and they have 3 servers that is ongoing on there? That is where he faulted, because one, he changed the password, or he changed the password. Because if we say he switched off the server, is going to affect the 3 presidential elections. That is why he was telling people not to transmit the result, not to upload the result on that very day, so that they will have access to manipulate it. Secondly, the AWS guy is going to let us know, because what AWS does is, when you pay for space for them to help you to secure your information and data, they will do that, and which they have not failed. When you look at it in US, they have their military equipment and all the data is being stored by AWS. It has never failed. AWS have S3 bucket that is encrypted, meaning any information that enters there is going to be safe and be protected. Nobody can have access or tamper with it. So what INEC Chairman did was to change the password of that presidential election. He changed the password for the presidential, for the PVAS on that particular one, but he didn't change the House of Assembly and the other one. So that was why the House of Assembly and the Senate result was uploaded, because these 3 elections are using one server. It's not different server. They don't have different server. They are using one. So they changed the password for the other PVAS or presidential so that people will not have access to it. That is what Mahmoud did. And that is why the AWS, they're coming to testify to it. It's coming to tell them what AWS does and the function of AWS. So when it comes there, the function of AWS is to protect the data, make sure that nobody have access to the data, and they have enough space, like what he said today, that over 200 million Nigerians can feed. Fine, because they have paid for it. That is the money that Nigeria provides to Mahmoud. And he has this money and he has paid to AWS. So whatever he's telling story, because he thought maybe Nigerians are still where they are behind. He doesn't know that a lot of people have gone past behind what they are thinking. So if he is proving to us that there is nothing that happened, let him give us the PVAS. Let's investigate the PVAS on ourselves. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So now here in last word, let him give us PVAS and let's prove to him that they actually tampered with it. I mean, these things are very, very clear. And like Dr. Ethelbert said, and also the people from that they sent to the polling unit, that stated clearly on that day that they told them not to upload. I mean, it's very, very clear. So that's why we say it's premeditated. Means say them don't plan them before. As them don't plan them before, and be say that very day. Even if people, they shout go up, you go here say we cannot upload because already they had their plan set. So people that said that they have the election result even before 25th, you can't say that they are wrong, because even if they cannot give the people who are to work that particular password, that means that they know what they were doing even before that very time. So that is where we are. Then let's see if there are transcripts from court, because we hear waiting they happen for court that time. I beg put them for screen. Okay, we have it. I think is the lawyers talking. He appeals to the court to come to their aid in getting the documents. He notes again that today the petitioners received few documents of IReV reports on few local government in Lagos, Agege, Oshodi, Isolo, Ebe, Surulere, Otiosa, and Alimosho. He notes that the documents were certified on 29th of May, but they decided to bring it today. Hey, God help us. That they also just gave them documents for 2 local governments of Gombe State this afternoon, and they were also certified on 29th of May. I beg, my people, as we go to the next this thing now, Labour Party lawyers, they talk to the judge. Now, Labour parties, they continued. He informs the court that they have consistently written to INEC, and even on the 20th of May, they detailed all the documents they wanted. Again, on the 14th of March 2023, they wrote to INEC and asked for these documents to enable them use it in proof of their case. More pressing is the fact that subpoena were issued to INEC in their office and they refused to accept it. Series of subpoena have been issued. He draws the attention of the court that they have paid for these documents. You see, my people, now they talk every day. If we no get anything where we go do to help these lawyers, now to go to INEC office and demand that INEC bring this evidence that we are talking about. It's very important. It's very, very peaceful something. We are the one that voted. Anyway, let's look at the screen again. They continued what they are talking. He knows that they have requested for Form EC 25 series and nothing has been made available. It appears that INEC is deliberately doing this, he says. He finally, his final application is that the court direct that the copy of subpoena be served on INEC lead counsel to deliver to his client. He pleads that INEC don't have the document. Let them be on record stating they do not have it so they will know how to proceed. My people, waiting at the tell on. This result will be said and supposed certify even before they announce them. Now we they talk about the result. INEC, the law says that they should have a certified result before they announce it. Now, our lawyers, the same way P2B lawyers and Labour Party's lawyers are having issue, in the same way that PDP is having issues. My people, let's look at these things. We are well-meaning Nigerians should look at it. The court, they are bringing it now before the court. They are even saying, make them carry the thing, go give counsel to INEC, make a carry go serve by themselves for court. Well, we go know how court go take react to it. Make I look waiting there for screen again. The LP lawyer continue to say, before we rise, I ask that counsels cooperate. We cannot afford to set fire on our own farm in the interest of our own profession, because if we start playing to the gallery, it will not help us. All we are interested in is the justice of the matter. We are all Nigerians. We have different religions. When we live here, we will give accounts. Our line of thought will always be what we did on this side. I believe peace is the purpose for all religion. My people, well-meaning Nigerians, obedience worldwide, make we not be everything then they give body language. These lawyers, they tell you the thing as it take, but they don't do everything where they're supposed to do. INEC no gree showcase their chairman will give result. They no bring the result where they announce. What do you want to make these lawyers do? The way, for me, if you ask, is to support all well-meaning Nigerians, to support this respondent, not be only for Labour Party, even for PDP. All of them are respondent. To do waiting, make we ask the INEC chairman to come and give us account. How he declared the result he declared, with which result. Let him come to court. A subpoena is a court order. He is not above the law. If we go to their office, we demand, we did the vote. We casted those votes. We participated on this very particular election. We are the one that voted. They are the one defending all of us in court. I suggest we do the needful. Let me take a look at what is on the screen again. The court now said, we want to deliver justice and act fair to that anyone abuses us, we know that we have fulfilled our conscience. It means that the court themselves don't talk say, then go do justice and then go treat everything fair so that everybody go know say, they don't fulfill waiting there for their own conscience. No be about even conscience, me at the talk about the lawyer. Waiting at the talk be say, let them give a standing order. They are the one that gave this very order. And if their order is being disobeyed, the court knows what to do. It's not about this. I mean, Dr. Ethelbert, what do you think? If Dr. Ethelbert can hear me, then it means that we have Dr. Ethelbert, if you are asked to unmute, because this based on the best mean the waiting at the talk all this while. Our lawyers and the P2B lawyer don't they talk them now for court say because now this week our talk the end and waiting then they talk now and be say make court then don't they tell the court koro say INEC no agree give them waiting they won't use prove their case,
which is good.
They no give them. Now then they tell court now no be koro for today.
Which
so
is good.
Now make I the talk say make we begin anyway. Make I hear what you want.
I think we all need to come together. It was a successful meeting. Some of the modalities we discussed there are not what we are going to be discussing here, but I know that there is a WhatsApp number attached to this YouTube. If you chat that WhatsApp number, you can be admitted. But while the lawyers are already putting up, telling the court, we also need to continue with our own court of public opinion. We need to go and express our dissatisfaction with the INEC chairman in his office in any way we could do. So I think it is a very, very welcoming step so far. The lawyers, you can see systematically they are doing what they are supposed to do. They are raising an alarm. INEC is holding exculpatory evidence that will vindicate them in their case. The law mandates INEC to provide it, and they are keeping it and giving it in piecemeal to harm Labour Party, So that's a WhatsApp number that is attached to to this YouTube. You could chat it, and then you can get admitted, and you'll be updated with information on the process and the plans and the things that is happening. I don't know. What do you think? This is my guess, please.
Okay, Dr. Tel, thank you very much. Yes, for all the people who be saying then things say this thing don't pass, be careful. For INEC chairman, no come court, and he no even bring the documents we go help the respondents to clear their matter for court. That one I think now overstepping boundaries, and I think he's being protected. So my own take in it is that we should look at going to INEC and protesting lawfully and peacefully, simply asking INEC, either their chairman to come and answer court order or for them to produce the documents, which is the evidence in court for the respondent to prove their case, is what we can help and do. The law permits you having a peaceful protest. Even INEC themselves talk them. So if you think say na good to make you comment, make INEC come answer, because it don't reach the stage where we say INEC they don't report them now to court. And the court, waiting then they talk, say they go act with their own conscience. When I see how it take end for there. I know here, as the court go talk, say, Mahmoud is ordered to appear before the court tomorrow. Me, I know here that one. So my people, now, we will vote. And we will be well-meaning Nigerians where we want to make Nigeria change. Now, we the talk say, we want Mahmoud to come to court and to bring the evidence where they need, where they talk say, then take announce the result. Make them carry and come court so that PO and Labour Party and even PDP themselves go prove the case where they there. If they no bring them, I don't know how they want make them take prove their case. With this one, I thank our ICT person welcome all the way from Canada, because I know saying a time 9 hours difference between Canada and where we did the broadcast. And then our chief analyst will be Dr. Ethelbert. On a contribution for here plenty. But most important, I want make on know say tomorrow that Amazon Web Services employee, that is the person where they work for this database where they talk say he get glitch. If they come tomorrow. Now for tomorrow, we will get this thing, and we will even see whether we will get the affidavit when writing full thing what happened. Because if they go court there, they know they talk everything. Then go just ask them questions to discredit them. But we will see whether we will get that very witness statement, so that we will know what in that witness really testify. So just make sure say your notification day on against tomorrow, because tomorrow 9 be the main day we'll go hear things. And they even beg our brother Onyeka whether tomorrow if he join, so that if that AWS person where don't work with the same company where don't work before, if it give us updates on waiting go come out from that side. So I thank on, and I go pass over to Angel, since all this while when we did the hit our time don't really go. So Angel they give me more to me since they won't talk. I tell and say I beg we want Vano Karakaya come off for studio. So maybe tomorrow and I go talk past me. So for now I go pass mic, make I give make on a hear saying still day here before we waka come out for studio.
My obedient people, una see wetin we dey see here. See wetin INEC dey do. INEC Chairman Mahmood Yakub. For advanced country, if he try this thing, we know say na capital no. You know if he try am, but because say Nigeria na lawless country, they are just messing with the wrong generation. They just write result finish, bring them on 25th, come announce for us. E no go work. They no say e no go work. E don't hook them for truth. They no fit swallow am, they no fit vomit am, because e don't hook them. Whether he hook them, yes, he hook them. Now they say object, object, object. No, all eyes on judiciary. Judiciary must, and my own must be say in capital letter, they must do the needful. I think that time where they beg them, they be like, they must do the needful. My only joy this afternoon be say, or this evening be say, our star witness day ground. Tomorrow, I go day more happy. Say, e day ground to give us waiting we dey expect since, because e don't tell where everybody dey. Which time they go come, which time they go come. God don't do am. They don't dey Niger. They don't dey. My people, I just want to thank una for the time where una they give us. Now God go bless una. Our Dr. Ethelbert, now God go bless you. Bless family. For the time where you they give us. Our able engineer, ICT man, God bless you so much for giving us your time. People, my well-meaning Nigerians, my obedient, I beg, if you watch us finish for 1 hour plus, you know can like us, you know can share, you know can subscribe. Wait till you can get now. I beg, we dey beg you. Subscribe. I beg, like the video, share them. I beg if you want help us financially. I beg do. Our everything, our details, there for the screen there. I beg. Now we would beg you. Thank you so much. Now God go bless you. Now we don't even know how to thank you for staying for 1 hour with us. Now God go replenish. Thank you so much. Till tomorrow. That tomorrow you go come with joy, because our Amazon star witness is there grand. Thank you and bye for now.